this last episode of Life After Lockup, Shawn's ex Kelly was a topic of conversation between Sarah and Shawn. So Sarah was complaining because she kept seeing Kelly call Shawn's phone, and even Shawn admitted that he was stressed out because Kelly was asking him for money. And Sarah was extremely frustrated that Kelly was blowing up Shawn's phone wanting some money. She said she didn't understand why she was calling because she claims that her and Shawn send Kelly over $1,000 every single month, sometimes more. And she's like, I don't even understand why she's wanting money for all the kids when all the kids but two are already grown up and in college. And Shawn's like, well, they need money to get braces. And Sarah's like, well, braces are covered by insurance. And then Sarah claims that Kelly used to always call and ask her to ask Shawn for money, and one time she's like, hey, let Shawn know my phone's off, and Sarah just doesn't understand it. One person in a Love After Lockup Facebook group commented they didn't understand why Shawn was having to pay Kelly's phone bill when Kelly's had a man she's been with the past 10 years who's been living with her. And Kelly responded, she said, first of all, we had an agreement for him to pay my phone so he could talk to the kids and vice versa. So it's not just my phone. But he hasn't paid my phone in over 2 years. I pay my own. And child support and money he owes me personally that has nothing to do with the kids is his responsibility as well. So Kelly's saying that she's loaned him money on top of that. And we all remember when she loaned him money on the show. I wonder if he ever paid that back. And she said, and where are you getting $1,000 a month from? Who's getting that? And who said he had to buy me a house or a car? And this girl said, Shawn and Sarah said something about he gives you $1,000 a month and that you spend most of it on yourself. And Kelly says, haha, that's news to me. I would love to know when this happened because I haven't seen it. She said, and on myself, haha, I haven't bought anything for myself in years. I barely can get coffee every so often, so that's nuts to hear. And $1,000 is more than enough for the kids? Yeah, okay. So many lies from them both, that's crazy. The only truth was he hasn't paid in months, and he even owes me personally thousands of dollars. And I wouldn't be shocked if Shawn came to Kelly when he initially got his tow truck and asked her to borrow some money so he could start his business, since Sarah said he maxed all her credit cards out. And someone said, ain't like 4 of the 5 grown? And Kelly said 1 is in military, which was shown, but never did any other discuss military. I don't know where that came from, and not old enough for college then either. Not sure where people are getting this information from. In some states, you are required to pay child support until the age of 21. Other states, like my state of Missouri, you only have to pay child support until someone's 18. And Kelly said no, she's not currently in college, talking about her daughter Gracie that we saw in last season. She said she's looking into vet school. And someone said insurance does not pay for my daughter's braces, and Kelly responded, $1,000 a month, who gets that? I'm confused as hell. And someone said on the episode, Sarah said you claim to need money for braces and that insurance pays for braces. And she explained the whole $1,000 a month is what Shawn and Sarah were claiming they sent. So it definitely sounds like Kelly did not watch the last episode. And someone was like, well, there's other ways you can get help outside the government. Why not take advantage of your tax dollars? I'm not sure what she's talking about here. But Kelly responded, she said, I do work and I've tried many options. I can't get help with anything. And Kelly says, yeah, no, I never said I needed money for braces. And insurance doesn't pay for them anyways. And $1,000 a month is where? Because that's news to me and I'd like to see it myself. And yes, our oldest is in the military, but everyone who watches knows that. No one else is thinking of military, and more than 2 were minors as well. So someone else asked Kelly, well, how old are your children if you claim more than 2 of them are school age? And Kelly said, I don't disclose my kids' ages. Sorry, that's personal and private. I'm trying to keep them safe and out of any of this mess. And then someone else said, I don't believe her. I'm going to try to tag Kelly. And they're talking about they don't believe Sarah. Someone else was like, well, Shawn should be able to pay Kelly the child support with that $50,000 he got. And Kelly was like, his half of what, $50K? What are you guys talking about, honestly? But no, he hasn't sent money other than the little bit of child support he has to. And I think what they're talking about with the $50,000 is the $50,000 that Shawn had to put on the line in order to get Destiny out of jail. I almost wonder if that was just for a storyline, since Kelly's confused and has no idea what they're talking about. But I do remember asking Shawn in an interview with him about that money, if he ever got it back, and he claims that since she ended up going to prison, he did end up getting it back. Someone else said, I'm sure they have some type of income-based Medicaid on the children, so that's probably what she means by insurance taking care of the braces. And Kelly says, what braces are you talking about? My kids aren't on Medicaid, nor do they have braces, so I'm confused. And someone was like, okay, did you watch the episode? Because if you watch the episode, then you would understand what we're talking about more. And she said, I asked multiple people because you never know who will respond. And no, I don't watch Sorry. I haven't for years. So no, I didn't see that's what she said. That's why I was confused. So many things and lies I don't know about because I don't watch it. I did post and debunk because $1,000 a month, that's funny. And I pay my own phone too. But thank you for the support. And you know, in order to get Medicaid, you have to have the father on child support. Well, I know at least you have to try to get them on child support, because I have Medicaid for my children, and when I got on Medicaid, they were sending me forms to where either I had to put the father on child support or I had to use his income as a way to figure out if I'm going to get Medicaid or not. And so if the child is on state insurance like Medicaid, then they will automatically establish a child support and medical support order. So in order to be on state Medicaid, he would have to pay child support. So Kelly's really doing him a favor, because not only is she not forcing him to pay a certain amount every single month, according to her, this is her side. I do think that her man should be helping out with things like the phone bill and stuff for her, but paying child support, she should have made a child support order a long time ago so she wouldn't have to worry about months that he doesn't pay, and so she could have her kids on Medicaid. She could save a lot of money, because paying out of pocket for 6 different kids for insurance on top of insurance for herself, that adds up. And someone else said he's lying to her about what he pays. Plus, he admitted he hasn't gave Kelly money in months. Maybe if he was actually taking care of his kids, instead of buying her boob jobs, she wouldn't have to call. And then Kelly claims that he didn't pay for them either, which I'm assuming she's referring to Sarah's boobs. I mean, I feel bad for Kelly, but at the same extent, it's on her for not going and putting him on child support, because he's been like this for years, according to her. They've been through at least 3-4 different seasons where she's had the same issues with him, yet she still hasn't done anything else about it or done anything different. And now I have a small update on Letitia. So not only is Letitia going through a eviction from her business location, which she, as I shared with you guys in my last video, she's supposed to be evicted. Then she filed for bankruptcy to allegedly stall the eviction, and then that bankruptcy filing was overturned because they felt like she was doing it in bad faith and was just trying to use a fraudulent filing so she didn't have to move. And so now they're moving forward with her business eviction, and now she's allegedly being evicted from her home she's been staying in. So the landlord of the rental Letitia's currently living in said that she moved in and it was only supposed to be a 3-month lease, and it turned into a 6-month, and then who knows. And then he said she didn't pay January rent, so he ended up filing for eviction. He said after he hopefully wins the eviction here in a few weeks, he plans to go and file a lawsuit against her to try to get the remaining money that she owes him. So she is currently filming for a new season of Love After Lockup, and her husband is supposed to be getting out of prison in the next few weeks. And I'm really not excited to see her come back, but I wonder if they're going to feature all these lawsuits she currently has going on in the next season, because it's going to be hard to hide, because literally she has so many updating court dates coming up and so many current and pending lawsuits going on between Colleen, that girl she loaned $5,900 to. She's suing her current landlord of her business, her current landlord of her home. She has a gang of lawsuits and judgments against her right now, and when Keith gets out in a few weeks, that's probably going to be the time she's going to have to get evicted from her home, so he's going to be getting out of prison and having to figure out where they're going to be living next. And a while back, Letitia posted claiming that she got approved for this $2 million loan and saying, oh, God has bigger plans. And this is when it came out that her previous landlord had sued her, and she was posting that she was getting this house that was almost $1 million. Yet the house has been pending for months now. And I almost feel like either this is a document she either allegedly made up, that's just my opinion, or I feel like this may be a pre-approval letter and maybe she got it pre-approved, but once they had to do more paperwork, they turned her down because there's just no way. Especially considering some of the judgments and lawsuits that she's had recently, and she claimed, oh, I don't have the money to pay anything, and she claimed she didn't even have the money to pay the court fees and was trying to get them waived because she claims all the money she has in her bank account is already spent. She claims that she spends more money monthly than she makes, and that's definitely a problem because you're living beyond your means. So I think the last thing you need to do is go from a house that you're currently renting for $2,500 a month, which you're currently about to get evicted from because you allegedly can't even pay the rent for that, and now you claim you're going to go to a $2 million house. That don't make no sense whatsoever. I think this girl is living in Delulu land, and Keith's probably in for a rude awakening when he gets out because it's going to be lawsuits left and right, and I wonder how much Keith knows about all this. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Check out my lashes and cosmetics at AccordingtoAmber.com. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.